So for this managing money practice test, we're going to go over these questions and solutions. So let's take a look at question number 1. You need to buy a new bed for your daughter. So you need to buy a new bed for your daughter. You find one that you like at IKEA for $185. And the question there is calculate the after-tax price of the bed. So this is what it says on the tag when you're going shopping. Now, how much would it cost? How much would it cost them, including the taxes? So, total amount would be $185 times, you want to include the taxes, so that's 185 times 1.12. And that's basically it. You figure that out. Now this is what you're going to come up with on your calculator. 207.2. But when you look at that one, we look at the answer, because this is amount of money, we have to put 20 cents at the end, so 2 decimal places, and we have to put a dollar sign at the front. Okay? So dollar sign at the front and then 2 decimal places. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 2. Okay, I know that you worked on these questions already, so just put a check mark on them if you got it right, and if not, just write it down. Question number 2, the Apple Store is having a sale on Bluetooth headphones. They're offering 35% off. 35% off regular price of $89.97. How much will be the discounted? How much money will be discounted from the regular price? So how much is the discount? How much is the discount? We know the discount is, we know it's 35% of, so 0.35 times 89.97. So the discount is 35%. You're going to come up with $31.49. This is the discount. This is how much it's going to be off. How much dollars off? 35% is a percent off. $31.49 is the dollars off. Letter B. Is everybody okay with that one? Yeah. What is the final price? Final sale price. Sale price. So we know it's gonna be $31.49 off. Sale price. It's $89.97. But because we have some discount, $31.49 off. 89.97 minus 31.49 off. You got $58.48. That's a sale price. That's how much it is, but that's not what you're gonna pay for, because at the end there's taxes, right? This is how much a sale is, but that's not what we're actually paying for. After taxes, it would be taxed by 1.12. 65.50. 65.50. Okay. So far so good? Were you able to get that one? Yeah. Yes. Let's moving on to question number 3. Moving on to question number 3. It says here, Yuri invested. Okay. When we invested some money, we're getting into some investment here. Yuri invested $4,000 in a friend's business. His friend agreed to pay him a simple interest. Notice the word simple interest in here. So it kind of gives you a clue on what type of question it is, what formula you're going to be working on. So it says here simple interest of 6% for 5 months. So you got invested at $4,000. When you look at your formula sheet, okay, going back to your formula sheet, I'm going to pull out the formula sheet that we were talking about. Simple interest would be this formula, right? This is the topic, simple interest. So the question is, how much simple interest will this person earn on the investment? So we know I equals to P times R times T. Okay. We're looking for I. Principal would be 4,000. Okay, so follow your recipe. Rate is 6%, so 0.06 times time is 5. But this is 5 months, so this is a tricky one. 5 months. So when it says if T, and I want to point it out in here so you would remember where to look on the test. So if T is in months, we have to divide that number by 12. Okay, so this part here, I did mention if T is in months, we divide it by 12. So this one here, divide by 12. So let's calculate that piece and we're done with that one. Okay. I got $100 in here, 100 as an answer, but we're talking about what unit we're gonna put in there because this is amount of interest, so that's $100. Okay, so that's the interest is $100. Question B, how much money will he have in total after 5 months? So in 5 months, he has the $4,000, and then his money grew by $100. Okay, so he has $4,100 now after 5 months. Used to be $4,000, but then his money grew by $100, so now it's $4,100. How's that one? Is that okay? Yeah? Go to number 4. Joyce would like to invest. She invests the money for 7 years in the account, simple interest. What interest did she receive if she made $2,000 in interest? So when you look at this question, you read it and then you key in the word simple interest. So we know that we're talking about simple interest calculation in here. But the question is, what is the interest rate? What is the interest rate? How could we do that? How can we figure out the interest rate? We know it's going to be simple interest, but we're looking for interest rate. So we look at this variation in here. R equals I divided by P times T. So R is equals to I divided by P times T. Okay, let's follow the recipe, follow the formula, because once we have the formula given, written down, we can work it out. So Joyce has $3,200 to invest. That's the p-value. Because the 3,200, that's your p-value. She would like to invest it for 7 years, so that's the time. And if she received 2,000 in interest, so that's the I. So we're gonna put those values, those ingredients in this formula. So I is 2,000 divided by P is 3,200 times T is 7. Okay. So to work this out, I said work out the top, work out the bottom, and once you have that, you have just a single number on top, a single number in bottom, and then you just divide them. Okay? Now this is what we're gonna get. 0.0892. I think what we need to do, I did forget about this one here. Once we get to this part in here, normally our interest rate is in percent, right? So to get the percent, we're gonna multiply it by 100 to make it 100%. So multiply it by 100 to make it 100%. So it's gonna be 8.93%. Or if you wrote down in one decimal place 8.9, that's okay too. Okay. Because I know some people did 8.
Is it always
Yeah, times it by 100
always?
for the R. So let's put that over here. Let's put that on our formula sheet. Times it by 100%. So go back to your formula sheet. Go to your formula sheet and then times it by 100%. Okay. How are you doing? Are you okay? Yeah. Any questions? Any questions?
Number 6.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to number 6 real soon. Yeah. A bit now. Question number 5. This one here, an advantage to using a credit card instead of cash. Name one advantage. What's a good thing about using your credit card? And I think I saw some people have different answers to that. So anybody would like to share your response? What's the advantage of having to use your credit card instead of your cash?
A credit card is good when you do not have cash on you. You're traveling, you're buying something, and also it's good when you pay on time, you can borrow
Okay,
money.
I'll just put 1 for now. Okay, because you might be doing 2 different things. So let's do one thing. You can use make purchases
Yeah.
when we don't have money. Have the money. Yeah. I mean, if something that you need now, and then it's something that you don't have a cash for yet, then you can certainly use your credit card for that situation. If it's something that's a need, right? Okay. Well, anybody else? Rewards, okay. You could collect rewards or points, right? So if you pay with cash, then you won't accumulate the points, and the points, we talked about that last time you saw, you could use to get gift cards, you can use that for to travel and so on. Anybody else? So those are two advantages. Anything else that you could think of? Yeah, you could create a credit history. Okay? Because once you build your credit history, create and build credit history, that's actually a good thing, so that the bank can see, oh yeah, you borrow, you pay back. You borrow, you pay back. And you'll need that when you eventually need to apply for a loan, for a bigger loan, like a personal loan, a car loan, mortgage, to buy a house. Okay. Is that okay to move it up a bit? Now, number 6, and somebody had asked number 6. Gord's credit card balance is getting out of control. Oh. On this bill, the previous balance is $38.50. He was charged interest, there's a payment, and there's purchases. So what is the new credit card balance? So that is like a classic question. So if you look at the credit cards, right? Credit card formula. So if you follow this formula, new balance owing, how much was the previous balance? If we make payment, it will actually lower our balance. If we make purchases, it will increase our balance, so plus purchases and plus interest.
Yeah.
So follow that formula. So new balance. Okay, so previous balance was $38.50. He was charged an interest of $68, so interest is added, right? It's charged on this credit card. A payment is subtracted, and purchases is also added. Okay, so how much money do they owe now? This is what they owe before, but then there's an interest, so that's more money owing. They paid, so that's less money owing, and then they bought more stuff, so there's more money owing. So 46.88. Okay, and because we're talking about money or amount owing, we're gonna put a dollar sign at the front, and I think we're getting used to that one now, right? You know, your appropriate unit for each question. So far, so good? Any questions? Is it too fast, or are you okay? go number 7? Yeah? How were your answers? Were they okay? Yeah? It's good? Yeah? Okay, number 7. Wilfredo's credit card balance is $768.50. His credit card company charges 19.9% annual interest rate. Calculate the amount of interest he will be charged if he does not pay this month. Calculate the interest this month. This month. In 1 month. So when you look at your formula sheet, how much is the interest for 1 month? Got the P times R times the T. The T is the time. Time in 1 month. So because it's 1 month, it's going to be 1 out of the 12 months. Okay, so 768.50 times 0.199 because it's 19.9%. And this month, so that's 1 month out of the 12 months. So interest there is $12.74. $12.74. Okay, is that still okay? So you're following a formula. Still good? Yeah. You got it? Yeah? Yes? Okay, go ahead.
Following the formula.
Okay, follow the formula. Okay, question number 8. Oh, we're almost done. Anthony has a credit card balance, okay, of $192.75. His credit card company requires a minimum payment of 10% or $25, whichever is greater. So here we have to actually make a choice. Because the word or, we have to choose. You have to choose, is it going to be 10% of the balance or $25, whichever is greater. So what we're going to do is figure out the 10% of the balance. 10%, so 0.10 times 192.75. That's going to be 19.28. And this is the number I got. 100, no, sorry, not 100. 19.275. So the 5 will round it off to 8. So 28. Or $25. Okay. So we're going to pick which one is the minimum payment. Is it the $19.28 or $25? Which one's greater? Well, this is the greater one, so it's going to be the minimum payment is $25 because $25 is greater of the two. We have a few more at the back. Is that good? Yeah. Actually, we have two more. This one talks about monthly payment. Monthly payment. When you see a monthly payment question, you might need one of these. This paper, if everybody has one. Okay. So monthly payment. You see here? Monthly payment. This is the only time we're going to use this. Monthly payment. If the amortization rate is not given to us, we have to refer to this part. If the question has the number, then you don't need it. Okay, so let's take a look. So Aunt Magali needs to borrow $23,000 from the bank to support her quilting habit. Her bank offers her a personal loan Sorry. I was gonna say, take over, Jane. Okay. Calculate the monthly payment. I don't see the amortization rate in this question. They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us amortization rate. Sorry. So what we need to do is we have to look at the chart. Okay, look at the chart. I'm gonna look at the formula sheet that we have. This is what we have on our formula sheet. Monthly payment is equals to the loan amount divided by 1,000. This is a formula. Times the amortization rate from the chart. Okay, this is the formula that we wrote down. Loan amount divided by 1,000 times amortization rate. So that can be found on the question or found on the chart. Okay, you got that? So I don't have the amortization rate on this page, so we have to go looking for that. So monthly payment. So how much is the loan? The loan is something that we borrow, 23,500 divided by 1,000, because that's what it says, our formula per 1,000, times, okay, what's our amortization? 6.5 for 3 years. 6.50 for 3 years, 3 years, 3066. 3066. Okay. 23,500 divided by 1,000 times $30.66. Oh wow. She has to pay $720.51 every month. Okay, that's what monthly payment is. So every month she's gonna pay $720.51.
700.
Uh-huh.
I suggest you would add this.
Letter B. How much does she pay back the bank in total over the 3 years time span? If this is how much she pays, so $720.51 times in 3 years, that's 36 months in total, right? So times 36 months. 3 years is 36 months. That's 3 times 12. So she paid a total of $25,938.36. So when you have something like this, whatever you paid back is going to be always more than what we borrowed. Okay, so this is what we paid back, and we actually borrowed $23,500. Okay, so the question is, how much is the interest for this? So 25,938.36 cents minus 23,500. So it's going to be $2,438.36. You okay? You're good? So far, you getting 100%? Getting... Yeah. The last one. And this is you saved up $1,300 and you are looking to invest the money. You have two choices. Your friend, you're going to invest it with your friend, simple interest for 5 years. Or the bank, 5 years, 4% compounded monthly. So if you go to your friend, how much will you earn in interest in 5 years? Now, if you go with your friend, that's a simple interest. So I equals to P times R times T. So 1,300, 4%, 0.04 times 5 years. You're gonna get $260 worth of interest. Now, if we choose the bank, it's gonna be a compound interest, right? So we're gonna use a compound interest here. How do I know it's compound interest? Because there's a compounded monthly here, right? So compound interest formula is P brackets 1 plus R over N to the N times T. We have a formula for that. 1,300 times 1 plus R, 0.04, divided by N, okay, because compounded monthly, okay, it's going to be 12 times. These N and T multiplied together are the exponents. So N would be 12 times 5. So the strategy that I told you is, I said, just work this out first. Work out that top piece. Okay, we know that 12 times 5 is equal to 60. So when you type that in, you can just go 1,300 brackets 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12, close brackets, and then we want to do an exponent, y to the x, 60. $1,587, and I gotta round this up to 30 because 5 will round it off to the 29 to 30. Now this is not the interest. this is the final amount. This is the final amount. This is not the interest. So how much is the interest? Interest is equals to 1587 total amount minus your principal, which is 1300. It's 287.30. So now we can compare which one is better, an interest of 260 or an interest of 287. So which options ends up paying more interest? The compound interest at the bank. And the next question is how much more? Which options ends up paying more and how much, and by how much more? So it's 287.30 minus 260. So it's going to be $27.30 more. So you would earn $27.30 more if we were to compare the two. Okay? So we went through all of these examples, all of these questions on your sheet. If you want, you can go over it again. Take a look at your hand-in assignment. Go over your hand-in assignment if you get it back. But that's basically it. Okay? So this test, I want to say is the test, the last test before the report cards. So you want this test to be a high mark to increase your average, increase your mark. And because this is the final cutoff for the report card. Okay? So if you want,